Amari, the charismatic enigma here, and you are watching the Common Sense Ain't Common podcast.
Bitch, I'm that damn good. Smoking on some good, some rosy on the wood. Standing on the shit so you can get it understood. It's pedigree in me because I'm that damn good. Bitch, I'm that damn good. Bitch, I'm that damn good. Smoking on some good, something rosy on the wood. And bitch, I got the belt so you just get it understood. It's pedigree in me because I'm that damn good. Bitch, I'm that damn good.
Yo. Welcome to this week's weekly wrestling report. I am your host, the illustrious, your role model, the blueprint, Dame Don. And this isn't really a wrestling weekly report. I'm just going to give you guys my highlights from Forbidden Door, my live AEW experience, and then my Money in the Bank predictions. So first, let's talk about AEW Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door was actually a really good pay-per-view. I really enjoyed the pay-per-view. The only thing for me with Forbidden Door was I wish I knew more people. Because I really honestly, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I really only knew Will Ospreay. I didn't really know anybody else. But it just really made me wish I knew more about New Japan, and I actually will be following a lot closer. But it's always kind of just been like a time difference thing for me with why I never connected with New Japan. But let's just talk about some of the highlights for me of the show. Pac defeated Miro, Malachi Black, and Clark Connors to become the first ever AEW All-Atlantic champion. Absolutely deserved by Pac. He definitely deserved this. Been with AEW since day one. Was one of their first signings. I believe he was at the press conference that they had where they announced their first couple signings. I believe he was there. So this was so well deserved by Pac. I'm really happy that he was able to get this title. And I just remember his reign as the cruiserweight champion in WWE, and he was king of the cruiserweights and bring me my crown. I just really know that we're just really gonna get a real intense Pac, and I hope he has a real nice, long, enjoyable reign. FTR defeated the United Empire and Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero to win the IWGP Tag Team titles and retain the ROH Tag Team titles. FTR has to be in the conversation for one of the best tag teams ever at this point. They have literally held every tag team title pretty much that there is to hold, that you can hold in the last 10 years, in less than 10 years. And I believe that, they're holding 3 of them simultaneously right now. So you definitely have to put them in the conversation of one of the best tag teams ever. They are absolutely killing it in AEW. They are definitely some people that have went over there and they have absolutely prospered. Speaking of people that I hope go over there and prosper, Cesaro Claudio Castagnoli. Is that how you say it? Castagnoli. I'm not even going to try the last name. But Cesaro Claudio has debuted in AEW as Bryan Danielson's replacement, beating Zack Sabre Jr. in a tremendous match. Claudio will now be a part of the Blackpool Fight Club, Blackpool Combat Club, whatever, I can't think of the name of it. But he is now officially a part of that team with Moxley, Bryan, William Regal, and the other guy. He will be a great addition to the team. There was a lot of speculation that it would maybe be Johnny Gargano, but Johnny Gargano did keep his word and fly back home, and it was indeed Claudio Cesaro, and we will definitely have to see how this factors in. I am recording this before Dynamite, so I'm not really sure what the ins and outs of this is just yet, but I'm really excited to see, his first words and things of that nature about being at AEW and kicking in the Forbidden Door. Jon Moxley did defeat Tanahashi to win the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship, and he will hold that title, I assume, until CM Punk comes back, and then those two will fight for the real title. I don't know why they just didn't have CM Punk vacate the title, and then, like, it's just so stupid that they're gonna have an interim title and then they fight to unify the titles, and then I feel like this is almost like the second or third time they've done this. But nonetheless, Jon Moxley is the new interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion in a grueling, bloody battle with Tanahashi. Absolutely tremendous match, tremendous finish to the match, and I hope he has a nice long reign. I'm not really sure how long Punk will be back, but a lot of you know I'm not really a fan of Punk. So if he can beat Punk, and then I say you give all of the Blackpool Combat Club the titles. Give Bryan the TNT title and have Cesaro and the other guy win the tag titles, or have Bryan and the other guy win the tag titles and give Cesaro the TNT title. I don't want to say the All-Atlantic title because Pac just won that title, but give them all the gold. Give them all the fucking gold. Do it. Just do it. While we're on the subject of AEW, let's just talk about my first AEW live event. My first AEW live event was a great experience. The energy in the place was amazing. I was really excited. I almost got a picture with Jade Cargill, but she ended up leaving the building early. But I was very excited for the show. The show was very good. I will definitely go back to another AEW show. With me seeing AEW this past week, I have officially seen all of my favorite wrestlers live, and you can check out that post on my on my Instagram at Don Life with 2 N's and 2 E's. But yeah, I have officially seen every last one of my favorite wrestlers live in person this year. As most of you know, I have completed 3 of the big 4 this year, so I am excited about that. But AEW was a really good show. I'll definitely go back to the show. And again, the only thing with the AEW show is I just kind of wish I knew more people, because, you know, that was the go-home show for the Forbidden Door show. So I just kind of wish I knew more people, because it was kind of really Forbidden Door based, Forbidden Door heavy, with a lot of New Japan talent. So I just kind of wish I knew more people. But aside from that, it was a really great show, really great event. Any fucking more. Tony Khan was very fucking cringe. You can definitely tell that man is a virgin. He's hugging everybody at press conferences, just looking like the virgin he is. At the AEW show, the one thing I can say about the crowd is you could literally smell the virgin in the air. So that's no wonder that most of you all connect. Well, I'm not going to say most of you all, but there's no wonder that a lot of people connect with Tony Khan, because, you know, maybe they can relate to the whole virgin thing. And Tony Khan is obviously a virgin. Like, that is not up for debate. But you could literally smell the virgin in the air at the AEW event. But aside from that, it was a tremendous show, and I will definitely be back. Let's jump into the Money in the Bank predictions here. So, first match, we got the men's Money in the Bank, and I am recording this before SmackDown, so if a match has been added, I'll try to, you know, get in here and edit it and put the match in, but if I don't, sorry. But as of right now, the men's Money in the Bank match is Drew McIntyre, Matt Riddle, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Sheamus, A Blank Spot, and Omis. I either really feel like either Drew McIntyre or the Blank Spot is going to win. Drew McIntyre or the Blank Spot is going to win. For the women's Money in the Bank, which only has 7 competitors, which makes me think that somebody is going to return and enter the match, we have Raquel Rodriguez, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Lacey Evans, Shanti Blackheart, and Liv Morgan. My prediction to win the Money in the Bank is Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair will return and win the Money in the Bank at Money in the Bank. However, if she does not, I say give it to Liv Morgan. But my money is very much strongly on the Queen returning and winning the Money in the Bank. Very much so. Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. I would love if John Cena cost Austin Theory the title and faced John Cena at SummerSlam, because John Cena versus Austin Theory at SummerSlam does not need the United States title involved at all. So Bobby can win this title, go on to defend it against somebody else at SummerSlam, and Austin Theory can have a match against John Cena at SummerSlam, because if Cena cost Theory the match, he's going to be furious, of course, that he lost his title because of John Cena. And that's the setup right there. We got Carmella. So yeah, my pick is Bobby going over due to a Cena interference. Next, we got Carmella versus Bianca Belair due to Rhea Ripley being out with an injury. My pick is Bianca Belair, obviously. Rhea Ripley, I guess, had some type of brain injury. I originally feel like, and I still almost kind of feel like, that they just took her out of the match because they're building her up so heavy with this Judgment Day thing, and they simply don't want to beat her. I don't see Bianca losing the title till maybe SummerSlam or after. I just really felt like they didn't want to beat her. Maybe that is the case, maybe that isn't the case. We really just don't know, but I do have Bianca Belair going over on Carmella. We got the Undisputed Tag Team titles with the Usos versus the Street Profits. I would love if the Profits win, but I have the Usos winning. And actually, after this match, can one of the Profits turn on each other so we can get this Montez singles run on the road? I just feel like Montez Ford is a single star, and he is really being kind of wasted in this tag team. Yes, they are a good tag team, but I feel like they've kind of done everything that they could do as a tag team. They're multiple-time Raw champions, multiple-time SmackDown champions. Please, for the love of God, have Dawkins spine Buster Montez or vice versa or something. We need to get this Montez Ford singles run on the way. Like, let's get it going, guys. Let's get it going, guys, please. Lastly, that we have so far, because SmackDown has not come on yet. Lastly, we have Ronda Rousey versus Natty. And I just want to say, if you've been following Natty on social media, and even Natty coming out dressed up as Ronda Rousey, Natty has been single-handedly carrying this program. Natty is not going to win, but Natty is definitely the most entertaining part of this whole Ronda versus Natty feud. The dressing up as her and the shit she's doing on Twitter. If you haven't been looking at Natty's tweets, please go take a look at them. But Ronda Rousey is definitely winning, and hopefully Charlotte Flair cashes in on her right after she beats Natalya. Hopefully. Hopefully. That is all I have for this week's episode. We were just covering those three things. We will do a full weekly wrestling report next week. But as of now, that is all I have. Make sure you all follow the social medias at Dane Don on Twitter and Don Life with 2 N's and 2 E's on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. I am your host, Dane Don. Deuces.